I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs and I've noticed a common flaw with all of them. And when I say common, I mean very common. This was actually one of my biggest flaws when I was just starting as an entrepreneur. But I'm telling you, it's so inhibiting that it can kill your progress entirely, and you do not want to be in this position. And what I'm talking about is pride. In my past, my biggest problem before was my ego and my pride, because I didn't want to ask for help. So I would get into situations and, try to work my business and find situations where I was like, I don't even know how to deal with this. And my first instinct was to go on Google or YouTube or whatever on the internet and try to figure out that problem myself. I would never go to other people and ask for their help, even though they were experts. So for example, when I was finding deals in real estate and I was running into issues of like liens and stuff like that, I would look it up on Google instead of actually going to a title officer, calling them and just saying, hey, can you help me with this? Now it's not an issue because I don't mind asking for people for help now, but before it inhibited me so badly that I would just stop all my progress. So maybe I'd find a deal and maybe it was that situation to where I needed to find out if there are any liens on a property or what a lien was and all the information. And when I would Google it, I'd try to figure it out on my own. And when I couldn't figure it out on my own, I would just stop. I wouldn't go further and ask the right experts, which is what I should have done. And by stopping, I know I lost a lot of deals or left a lot of money on the table because of that, because of my pride and because of my ego. And that's why today I preach to every single entrepreneur out there to drop the ego and ask for help. Let me tell you a story of how I wasted 1 year of my life because I didn't do this one thing. And this is when I started real estate investing full time. I went off, I created my own business, and I tried to do whatever I could to make money. But in reality, I had no idea what I was doing. I had so much ego and so much pride that I wanted to figure out everything on my own. I even got an office space on my own. I created my own LLC. I did all the things that you shouldn't really care about doing in a business first. And I did those things and I did everything wrong because I didn't seek advice first. I just went and did it. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but if I went to seek the help first from an expert real estate investor, I wouldn't have wasted a year of my life. A whole year I made $0 my first year as a real estate investor full time. And the reason why I wasted that year is because I wasn't focused on the money generating activity. So I wasn't focused on finding deals or finding leads. I was just focusing on the business stuff. So I was having fun in a business, but I wasn't actually doing business. And the reason is my pride, my ego. I didn't ask for help and I should have. And so I'm preaching to you as a new entrepreneur, if you're watching this, to please ask for help. It's gonna be worth it in the long run. I promise you, you will see immediate returns on your time and your money by asking for help. So please do so. When you run into that roadblock, ask for assistance and drop your ego. The most successful entrepreneurs will do a couple things really, but one big thing is that when they're in a situation to where they don't know exactly what's going on, they'll ask for help and they have no problem asking for help because there's no ego. They're willing to learn, they know they're new, and they're willing to get help. I see it all the time in the real estate community that I'm in with a lot of other investors who are doing big business. They're constantly asking other people, hey, how do you do this? I don't know how to do this. I've never dealt with this. Can someone help me? And it's so inspiring to see because I remember back then when I would never ask for help. And the people that I talk to today who are especially the newer entrepreneurs, when they'll tell me their situations, I'll always ask them are you seeking advice or help? And if they're open to it, I'll give them my help, but they never ask. So if you're a newer entrepreneur, make sure you ask for help. And also make sure that you're asking the right person for help. When I say ask for help, I don't just mean ask anyone for help. If you're a real estate investor and you're a new real estate investor and maybe your family is not in real estate at all, don't ask your family for help. Ask the professional or the expert real estate investors for help. And if they don't know, they probably can direct you in the right direction of who can help you. And this piece of advice is so freaking simple, but a lot of people get it wrong, including myself before, because of ego. So just realize that if you're starting something new, you should ask for help. Don't just try to figure out everything on your own. Do the best of your ability on your own, but as soon as you run to roadblocks, ask for the assistance. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I make a lot of videos about real estate, money, and self-development, and I also just document my journey as a young real estate investor and entrepreneur. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the next one.